Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam, and anyone else who's watching to Lviv and Let Die. I've been away, but I'm back. We are FC Lviv, and we are going to go through a few signings because it's now the 27th of February. We're about to play our Champions League games. But we have made a few signings, and we've also played a few games since our last recording. So, if we remember, we beat Shlonsk 3-0. We then beat Dnipropetrovsk 1-0 away, which is a very big result for us. We then drew 1-1 in Inter in Milan, against Inter in Milan. Big Mick scoring late on, but Koulibaly being sent off. His last appearance for the club, as you will soon see. We then beat Dynamo Kiev 3-2. 2 goals from Rosic and a last-minute winner from Belanga, giving us the win. And we then had some pointless friendlies. And now we got drawn against CSKA Moscow in our Champions League knockout round, which is a good draw. That's what we're calling it. It's a good draw. It could have been slightly easier. I think there were one or two other slightly weaker teams, but I think CSKA are the best we could really realistically have hoped for. Now then, I mentioned players being sold. Let's see what happened. So yeah, we had these players sold, right? Is that right? Yeah. So all these guys left us in the January transfer window. We also lost Vladan Anicic. Is that this year? Yeah. Okay. Why did he leave? See, the thing is, I've been away for a month, so it's hard for me to remember everything. Anyway, Anicic left to Al Gharafa for 5.25 million. I'm not sure if that was in the last video or not. If not, sorry. There you go. That's happened. We then got rid of a few players who we're not really bothered about. So Yuri Princhenko went off to Skala Stri for free. Grigory Kiryakov has gone off on loan to Arsenal. Orvad Horvat, I'm not sure how you would say that, the Hungarian language scares and concerns me, has signed for Tavria for 28k. We sold Thomas Nemets, who I will show you, 18 years of age, not very good, sold him to Southampton, and he's now on loan at Truro, so that shows you roughly how good he was. We then sold Pavel Kirillov to Rio Ave, who they put straight into their reserves, and we sold Svatopluk Tichy, who disappoints me because his name is so excellent. We sold him to Slovan Liberec for 600k. Then the man, the myth, the legend, Abdu Koulibaly went off to Steaua Bucharest for £1.9 million. That was not intentional on my part. I mean, it was, but it wasn't what I had hoped to do. We signed him for 750k. He scored a lot of goals for us, but the problem was his contract was up and he wouldn't re-sign. He asked to leave, and I thought, well, I'd rather get some money for him than let him leave for free. So he has gone now to Steaua Bucharest for a big increase in profits, and he's not actually that good. So off you go, Abdu. Thank you very much for the fish. And then Tariel Tukushi has gone on loan to Bate Borisov for £900,000. So we've actually made money on him. Oh no, he's gone for free, but he's got the they can sign him for more than we sold him for, bought him for, whatever. Anyway, in January we made 2 signings. Gonzalo Godoy, a centre back who is good, and 19. He comes in from River. And we signed Kofi Donkor, who has an excellent name, and I'm training on his passing. He is going to be a right winger. I'm also training him to be a right winger. He looks pretty good. So he came in from, where did he come from? Cherno More in Bulgaria, I believe. So yeah, that's the changes to our team. And all that means we have to play CSKA. So we're going to play in this video CSKA and then Odessa. And then the next video will be Donetsk and then CSKA again to see if we progress through. This is obviously our first ever expansion into the Champions League group stages. No, sorry, past the Champions League group stages. I just need to rejig our team a little bit, and we can sort out the subs properly in a moment. So one of the things that has happened because of young Mr. Koulibaly leaving is that Bellinger's actually injured and can't play. He would have been our first choice striker. The problem is we had already finalised our team for the knockout stages before before he was sold. So that means we've only got Rosic and Borovkov. I would have preferred to have had Dimba and also Haris Pleninsek, who I've promoted to the first team because he looks pretty tasty at the age of 18. So I'm going to hope that he can step up as well. Obviously, we'll later have Bellinger able to play if he is available. But so far, we have 2 strikers only. So that means everything else is going to be defenders. And all of them are unregistered too. I'm not sure what's happened here. Maybe we just have loads of midfielders registered. This is a bit strange. Anyway, Panda go-to. In you come. Over there. We're going to play Carvacho in the middle. Donkor is going to be there. Ronnie Vera is going to come in. Enrad is actually going to play. And Gogua there as well. So that's the team. It's all midfielders on the bench except for one defender. Borovkov and Rosic up top. Jonasson, Herbert, Henrad, or Enra, Go-To, Rogers, Kurt, Musa, and Big Mick and Juric, and then Paredes in goal. We need to give a number to Donkor. He will not be number 10. He will be number 20. But I do like his name, Donkor. Sounds exciting. Now, this is their team. They've got Ivo up front, Brazilian, 36 years of age, slower than anyone I've ever seen in my life. Then he's also up there with Rashid Baltam, who's pretty good. Okay, I'm starting to be concerned. They look quite good. Ushakov, rubbish. Henriksen, old and slow. Uratsov, young and pretty good. Bisenov, Eduard Bisenov, the best Kazakhstani player I've ever seen, Kazakh player I've ever seen on Football Manager. Yeah, he's very good. He's only got 55 caps for Kazakhstan. I guess they never really get very far. Gustavinho, not very good. Should be fine. Spiegel, really, Jesus, look at his wages. He's really good. Pequinho, he's not good though, so that's fine. And he's on a shitload of money. He's on more money than I think we're paying our entire squad per week. And then their right back's pretty good. So they have a smattering of excellent players. The goalkeeper's rubbish. Yeah, a couple of good players in amongst some players who are pretty average, which pretty much sounds like our team. So I'm feeling that there's a chance for us. They are also, for some reason, in bad form, or at least bad morale. We are away first in the Peshchenoye Stadium. Let's actually, before we... Oh, no, I can't. Okay, never mind. I was going to say let's go and look at their league. Let's do that now. CSKA, they, in the Premier League, are 5 points clear. Last season, they won the league by miles. So they're a good side. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've looked at this a few times, or at least I definitely have. They win the league pretty much constantly. So they're a decent side. But you've got to wonder whether or not the Russian league is actually that good. Anyway, this is us making an early move. Borovkov, the only Ukrainian in the starting 11, I think. Juric to Henrad. Borovkov to Henrad with a terrible shot, and Panda Go-To can't get there. Panda Go-To was injured for the entirety of the winter break, so this is his first appearance for us in a few months, meaning that he's probably going to be pretty poor. Oh dear. Evo shoots but puts it over the bar. I also noted that John Menzo has become Swindon Town's highest ever record goal scorer, taking over from Serbian, whatever his name was, Outspoken Millie or whatever he was called. Big John Menzo has taken him over. 300 goals for the club. What a player. Now, Bisenov curls wide. Musa Kurt is down, injured and off the pitch. That's not good because we don't have a replacement. But it's okay. He seems to be back up and playing again. Bisenov, Rogers tackles him. Henriksen there. Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, it's a free kick right on the edge of the box. I thought that was a penalty. Rogers, did he get a yellow card there? I think we did get a yellow card. Musa Kurt got booked. Henriksen with the free kick, but hits it over the far corner of the post. They are looking pretty much the better side at the moment, I think. Paredes hits the ball up. Rosic, I thought he'd just skipped through their defence there. Was going to be free, but his touch was poor. Trabelsi, one of their good players, passes it to Sharkov, who I don't remember. Is he the Kazakh one? Sharkov. Anyway, Juric takes the ball away from him. Easily done. We had some interest from some of our gooder players over the window. Juric was interested. Had Premier League interest. We also had Sharkov. Rogers was interested in. For goodness sake, Bayern was interested in Rogers, but I won't sell him to them ever. Musa Kurt, Rogers, Henra out to Pandagotu. Pandagotu's ball goes in. Oh, Borovkov has scored a goal. Unbelievable scenes in Moscow. Lviv have taken the lead. This is a big Russian-Ukrainian game. It's a former Soviet derby. It's the Soviet Union derby. Pandagotu into Borovkov. Pekino lets the ball drop and Borovkov fires into the net. We have an away goal and that could be crucial in this tie. Baltham, Henriksen, Ushakov, and they have scored immediately. His first goal of the season, of course, as is football managers want. But nicely worked from them, and a shame, really, to let that one go in. But still, we have our away goal. I'm not too concerned. Henrad puts the ball, Borovkov manages to get it. Ushakov gives it to Bisenov, and they've scored again. Ivo scoring there, 10th of the season. Well. 2-1. They're probably looking at the stats. We've had more half chances. They've had more clear-cut chances, which I assume that was the clear-cut chance. Well, we'll see. There's definitely chances for us in this game. Borovkov hits the ball and it went out for a corner. I was surprised. I thought it was a terrible shot. Jonassen puts the ball in. Musa Kurt out-jumped by Gustavinho, the perplexingly named Russian left-back, but he's obviously Brazilian naturalised. Spiegel clears. Musa Kurt heads the ball back to Pandagotu, who puts the ball in the middle, but Spiegel again out-jumps Rosic. Might be an idea to put Rosic up against the other centre-back, considering the other centre-back's the worst one. Let's do that now. Yeah, because he's being kept so quiet as well. Let's go back into the game. The ball has come through again, but Paredes has it. Okay, and now the ball comes in from Jonassen. Big Georgian Mick, but Yerostov heads it clear off the line. And now Pandagotu's down, possibly injured. Yes, he is. Well, luckily we have a surfeit of midfielders. All right, come on. 2 minutes of added time before half-time. At half-time their right winger has played very well. We have Pandagotu's not looking very well. Let's bring on Donkor then for his debut. He's been unlucky so far. See if swapping Borovkov and Rosic around will do anything for us. Maybe make Rosic a little more effective. Donkor continues unchallenged. Rogers now has the ball. Gustavinho puts the ball up to Ivo, but nobody challenges him. Rogers left him, ran right past him. No player in their right mind would do that in real life. Henrad loses the ball to Yerostov. Bisenov. Which one is which? There's the Russian midfielder and the Kazakh right winger or winger. Anyway, Henrad has the ball, gives it to Herbert. Juric has the ball. Herbert has the ball again. We're playing it around nicely in midfield. Henrad slips it through to Rosic, but number 4, Pekino, the one that I said was rubbish, manages to just about get back and divert the ball out for a corner. Donkor puts the ball back in and Musa Kurt is there. He smashes the ball home with his head from a corner. That's his first ever goal for Lviv. That's a bit of a surprise to me. Spurs absolutely battering Bayern in their home ground, making light of the fact that Spurs are, in real life, absolutely terrible at the moment. But Musa Kurt, absolutely lovely stuff. Donkor getting a assist on his debut. That's great. 2 away goals now, so we are in a good position. Big Mick has given away a penalty. What? The penalty seemed harsh. Bisenov is coming in. The ball is spinning on the spot, teasing number 14. He has to go and get it. And now we're going to see the classic slingshot. No, he just did the normal thing. Well, this would be annoying. As soon as we score, they score every time. Bisenov steps up. Are we going to see a save? No. Bisenov scores. That means 3-2 to Moscow, but we still have the chance to play them back in Lviv. Take them back to our place and do to them there what they have done to us here. Rosic has injured Trebelsi. That's good. Rosic now with the ball. Rosic slips through Borovkov. Borovkov. Oh, Belhadi manages to make a good save. Trebelsi is injured. Is he going off? No, doesn't look like it. Musa Kurt puts the ball up towards Donkor, but it doesn't get there. Rogers to Herbert. Herbert again towards Donkor, but it doesn't get there. Kurt now loses his header. Baltham is going through the Danish midfield. A great save from Paredes. We have Johnson Jonasson looking tired. Rogers not playing well. Eddie Chang could come on. Could and will. Oh, Big Mick isn't playing well either, but we haven't got anyone to change. Nor is Herbert. No, let's not take off. Let's put on Lasher, the man who has brought us all the glory of the last few years. Let's bring him on to maybe put a bit of commanding presence in the middle of the midfield for us here. Oh, Spiegel left alone in the 6-yard box, but I don't know what he did, but he hit the ball wide. 65 minutes gone. Classic Ben Wheatland double substitution at this sort of time. Will it make any difference? Urastov has come off. Now we have another corner. Gogowa puts the ball in. Musa Kurt. Oh, Musa Kurt heads just over the bar. It's time for a sip of coffee. And what a sip it was. Ivo, Paredes lets the ball through his hands. And it's 4-2 to CSKA Moscow. Not good, but not unsurmountable. If we could get a third, we've looked dangerous still, even whilst being sort of penned back. We've looked dangerous. Could we nick a third and then we only need to win 1-0 at home? Don't let them score again. Ivo hits the ball over the bar. I think we're starting to look a bit tired. Might have done with another. If we'd only had a centre-back to take off Big Mick. We've had somebody off injured as well. Gogowa puts the ball in. Big Mick scores. Come on. That's 4-3. Big Mick scores a goal from a corner. That's 2 from a corner now. We have looked pretty good, especially since that early little storm from them. We've looked, at least they're equals. And now 4-3 with 86 minutes gone. Not bad at all. 1 goal in Lviv would put us through. Any kind of low-scoring win would also do that. Another 4-3 would obviously be insane. Oh, no. Sharkov. Sharkov scores. The referee's going over to the assistant, but we all know on this game that doesn't make any difference. 5-3 to CSKA Moscow. Crikey. I mean, I think he was probably onside. I think Kurt was playing him on. But every time we've scored in this game, they've scored immediately afterwards. It sort of shows our lack of experience at this level, I guess. A really good match. Lviv ending up down 5-3. Calm, you were unlucky. They played really well. They did do really well. Unfortunately, Rosic wasn't really able to get into the game. And we obviously lost our top scorer in the competition. But we did okay. Can't complain with that. We've got some... the penalty seems like it upset even the news who said it wasn't real. But we did well, and we've definitely got a chance to beat them when we go back to our place in the next video. So that's good, something to watch in the next one. I'm not going to say anything. It was an absolute epic, that's absolutely true. The public want to hear a proper answer from you. I'm not going to say anything because, Eva was pretty good. He's a very good player. Yeah, but Big George and Mick also scored. So you got, what do you want more of? Do you want more goals or do you want more stopping goals? Both, please. Hey, Masha. Masha is here showing off her nice new tie trousers. You can't see them, but they look very, very nice. How are you doing, Masha? Say hi to the guys.
Hello, I'm very fine.
You're very fine. And you look very nice in these trousers. They're more like a kind of trouser/skirt combo. Very functional for the modern woman. living in Thailand. Although obviously we don't live in Thailand. 30 degrees when we got on the plane. Well, 34 degrees when we got on the plane in Bangkok and 4 degrees when we got off the plane in Poland. That's a long number of different degrees. Anyway, now we've got a 9-day gap. Even longer. We've got a 13-day gap or something. Luckily, we are going to play Odessa at the end of that, so I guess we can sort of chat our way through and hope to see a number of goals in that one, because Odessa are not a very good side, and we beat them not too long ago in a pre-season friendly as well. But yeah, I think there's a chance of us going through. I really think that we could make, with a little bit of luck. Oh no, it's a Premier League. Fuck. They keep thinking I'm after this guy. He's not that good. Premier League registration window. I think I'm going to need to register. Oh no, see, they're all, yeah. Oh, I need to select someone else. Where's the young fella, my lad? Why have we only got one goalkeeper? Where's the other one? All right, I will choose him. Confirm. Everybody's under 21 in my squad, which is nice. It's a good thing to do. It does mean that we're a little bit lacking in experience, I guess, and I suppose that maybe is partly why in the Premier League we dropped a few points earlier on in the season. There's been a few too many draws, in my opinion. I think we're still something like 6 points or 7 points behind Krivbas at the top of the league. We'll just double check after this finishes its processing. But we're definitely second, and despite a good couple of games against teams that are decent in the league, we are still a few points behind them. Yeah, 7 points behind them. It's too many draws that's hurting us, and obviously that loss, but then we'd have the same record as them. So it's pretty pointless to say. But Krivbas don't have a very hard run in either. We have played most of our tough games. We do play them once, so we can at least drop that difference down a bit. But we've got to hope on them to drop points elsewhere. And considering their form so far over the season, that doesn't seem overly likely, but it doesn't seem impossible. I've definitely had games where I remember I had a game. I think I was Swindon before. It wasn't one that I recorded, but I had a season where I was something like 15 points behind, and they hadn't lost in January, and then I won the league by about 6 or 7 points because they just had an absolutely shocking second half of the season. I'm not sure. It was Man United that collapsed. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen in this league. That the weaker teams are very much weaker teams. So, and Krivbas have a even with the massively increased sort of wage bill generally, and we're still less than I think we're about a third of their wage bill in total. Even though we're spending millions of pounds on players and massively increasing the youth team in an attempt to sort of farm through a bunch of good young players. We're still way behind them in terms of the amount of money that they can spend, and so I guess it makes sort of sense that they are able to steamroll the other teams, considering that I think we've got the third biggest wage budget in the league at the moment. The other thing that I was going to say was our good friends in the board, Daniel Ambassa. He's good. He's 6'4". He's as good as Big Mick, not as good as Musaka. I don't think we need him. Yeah, what was I saying? What was I saying? Something about Football Manager. Oh, the board. I asked them to... So I don't know if it was mentioned in the last video. I'm pretty sure it's usually one of the things I like to bang on about. But our training facilities were being upgraded. That's still ongoing. I asked them to increase our youth facilities as soon as that came up as an option, and they are doing that now. So they will, by September, so the beginning of halfway through the new season, the youth facilities will be up to a very high standard, meaning that we'll do better with our young players actually developing a little bit more. We still need more coaches, really, in my opinion, because the coaches also make a big difference. But at the moment, I think we were only allowed 2 or 3 youth coaches, and I think at Swindon we had something like 5 or 6, or maybe even more, which then we ended up bringing through a number of really excellent players, and helping those young players sort of reach their potential, which I've noticed at least a lot of the young players who I've brought in thinking, oh, they look pretty good, haven't really improved at all, and that's partly because our infrastructure is just bad, and we need to get ourselves up to that level. So that's ongoing, and I also asked for a parent club, and they said yes, they'll give us a parent club. They haven't told me who. They didn't give me the opportunity to choose, and that suggests to me that the game will suggest it will come back in like 3 weeks and say we tried but we failed. That's fine. I was just hoping to try and find. I'm not even sure why I asked a parent. I think I meant to request a feeder club, and try and find someone good in the sort of decent leagues to try and sort of find some nice young talent. But so far it hasn't happened. I think that this result against CSKA shows that we have a long way to go in terms of how our club needs to sort of catch up. Like, it's not just on the pitch. We also need to catch up with our facilities. Like at Śląsk, we had a really good stadium and a really good sort of setup behind the scenes, which we don't really have at Lviv yet. We'll get there, but it might take a long time to win the Champions League. I mean, I feel like we're at the stage where if we were dropped into the Europa League, like I feel like this year, if we hadn't qualified from our group in the Champions League, if we'd come third and we dropped into the Europa League, we could have had a decent tilt at winning that. And if we do finish second in the league here, we'll probably end up in the Europa League for next year anyway. So I guess we'll be able to see if that happens or not. But it'll be good to start winning things. I'm not going to do like I did for Śląsk and just give up as soon as we win the Europa League. I'm here until we can win the Champions League. I want to try and ideally win it 2 times, maybe 3. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it means that we're probably going to have a number of more seasons with of the Lviv videos. I expect we'll get up to at least 100 videos, probably closer to 120 before I move on. And then I need to decide what I'm going to do with our next club. And where we go next. I've noticed that Chippenham are doing pretty well in the Blue Square South. I would like to ideally play with them, but we've already had 2 saves in England on this setup, and just doing the same thing over and over again isn't super exciting. So I was thinking I could either go to one of the big leagues in Europe and try and take someone from a low division up to a high division. So there's an option for Italy, Spain, France, or Germany, because we didn't really conquer Germany in the way that I'd wanted to when I did the last video, last series with the Berlin team. So I think I'll take that decision offline, and also because it's going to take us bloody ages to get there. There'll be plenty of time to consider what we want to do. But there's a couple of clubs that I've liked always. For example, there's the San Marino team in the Italian league. There's a team called Pacey Club de Football in France, which has always been something that makes me chuckle. I don't really have anything in Spain that I particularly enjoy. I've never really looked at them. And in Germany, there's a number of interesting clubs to pick. So, I mean, who knows if this as long as Football Manager 2012 continues to run, and this database doesn't corrupt, we will continue to play on. So hopefully maybe one day we'll get to do all of those things, and upset the apple cart in those countries a little bit. Because in France, I think Lyon is the absolute dominant force, them and PSG. Although PSG have fallen away. They were really good when we were the Śląsk boss, because they kept knocking us out of Europe for a few years. Knocking us out of Europe and being our opponent in Europe pretty much every year for about 4 or 5 years in a row. So knocking them off their perch would be good, although they're not actually that good anymore. I think they kind of come in the middle. I think maybe the owners have taken the money away or something. I have not bothered checking. I also, whilst I was in Thailand, I happened to pick up a scarf from the current Thai champions, Chiang Rai United. And I thought for a mad second that maybe I could load the Thai league and play as a Thai side. But on Football Manager 2012, the base game, the Thai league. Even though all the badges are there, you can't actually activate the league. You would have to download the league and put it into the files, which I think at this point I couldn't do. It would have to be one that would start again from 2012, and I don't really want to do that. So not going to happen. But it would have been fun. It would have been a fucking nightmare. It would have been it just would have been horrible. but it was a fun idea for a brief sort of one evening. I was thinking, oh yeah, again I'm going to do it. But then I decided I'm definitely not. The European leagues things are interesting. Like I would love to get a club from maybe, like I quite like Catania, and I like the San Marino club, or like a weird club from the south of Italy where they've not really had very many champions, or the same in, I guess that would be interesting in Spain. Like the French one, I don't really know very much about French football either, but it's there to be considered. If you've got any thoughts, message me on WhatsApp. Atletico B beating Sabadell 3-2, sorry. And I have managed to talk for the entirety of the time between the last game and this one, which only feels like it's been 2 or 3 hours. So I don't know how many hours it's actually been. Corey Bektas, not a good enough player to sign for me, mate. Not 1.1 million anyway. Kingsley Okeke signs for Atlantas from Skonto. Oh no, sorry, it's time for Skonto from Atlantas. Wow. That was a second sip of coffee there. Still processing. One thing I was toying with, and I'll maybe try it on one video later on, is recording both CSKA games, but also record so in one video. But then having to edit it, and the way I was gonna do it was record like the proper commentary for the first game, then keep the thing running and recording whilst we do these middle two, and then playing the second game and like sort of picking it up from there, and then just cutting out the middle section. I'm sure that would probably work. I don't know how good quality it would be, and also it means you get to miss out on all this sort of lengthy chat about futures that will probably be forgotten. But maybe I'll do that for the next tie if there's not much going on in the league. We got some new youth intake. So what's going on here? What have we got? Anyone from a weird place? No one. Oh yeah, Graham Hutchinson. Graham Hutchinson. He is bad. He's half Ukrainian, born in Buxton. Cool, but no, he's no good. That's a shame. I would really love a player like that to come through and be great. Like this guy, Waleed. Where do we have this Qatari guy from? He's awful. Born in Doha, half Ukrainian. But okay, fine. Well, that was fun. A couple of interesting players there. Holt is excited by Stepan Babic. Oh God, he's so bad. And they think he's going to become a good striker. And he is one of the most gifted players to come through the youth ranks. Oh man, I'm not attending that game. I'm also not going to go through the rest of those players, because if he's the best one, they're not usually wrong about that on mine anyway. If he's the best one, then there's not a chance in hell that the rest of them are any good. Right, Odessa, you and your stupid non-badge. You would require some help from other teams. Yeah, why not? They also occupy 15th place. I'm confident. There's definitely some interest from our side. No, I'm not interested in. Fuck off. Big Mix, great. Who's going to win the league? Krivbas. If they had given me the opportunity to apply sort of like sarcastic pressure, I would do that, because I always sarcastically suggest that they'll win every game. Obviously, considering that most of the teams in this league are terrible, they probably will win every game, but still. There's an interesting cloud formation. It looks like like the mushroom cloud effect after a bomb has gone off. One of those nuclear weapons and whatever. Over there, you can see like some grey cloud, and then in front of it, there's like a kind of clearly a sort of circle of white cloud. And it's really, really large. It must be a mile across or something like that. And it just goes up like a mountain. It's quite nice. Actually looks a bit like Ayers Rock or Uluru, whatever they call it now. Wow, that was super dismissive of the fact that they've renamed it to the cultural name rather than the stupid English name. Cool. Thanks, man. Ben, you're a cool guy. For one of those teams that are down in the 3rd division in Germany is Union Berlin, so you never know, that might be fun. What the hell is all this stuff coming up? Anyway, right, look. Keown Antolines injured. He's a young winger. If you don't remember him, that's because I don't think I was ever really intending to play him. But in the last game before the winter break, we were missing a winger, so I had to play him. And so I did. Right. Here we go then. Who are Krivbas playing? Krivbas playing Dynamo. Dynamo, not a good team, but they did give us a bit of trouble in our last game, so you never know. We can but hope. Paredes is playing. What have we got elsewhere? We do have now, so Borivkov is coming off, Dimba on the bench for Ronnie Vera, because I want to start Donkor. I'm also I'm gonna leave everything else, I think, except that I'm gonna put in Godoy instead of maybe Bakur, just so that he gets a number. And we can maybe give him his... Oh, there you go. And maybe we can give him a... Oh, yeah. Maybe we can give him a debut if we play well, which we should be able to do. And then you can see that the Olympic Donetsk match. Okay, so anything interesting here? A couple of debuts. Daniel Rosic about to play his first ever game. 3 debuts we could give. We're going to give 1 anyway. 2, in fact, anyway. Right. Assertive... Get out there and kick their fucking assholes. I'm annoyed, despite being relatively pleased with the CSKA game. Oh, Odessa in your weird square bloody stadium. Who makes a football pitch like that? And also, we're zoomed super far out, so it must be massive. Like a huge square stadium. Like the pitch is massive. Look where they are. They're usually up to here. And it's crazy. Rosic wins the ball, gives it to Donkor. Donkor goes past his man and scores his goal on a debut. 7 minutes in. Incredible strike. Donkor scores. He's amazing. Krivbas are already winning, which is annoying. But at least we are ahead of Dnipro by miles and Ilichevets, who are in 3rd. Odessa get the action underway in their massive stadium. Jornason puts the ball in. Musa Kurt puts the ball over the bar. From the corner, Big Mick running into the back post, but was unable to get there as it was so high. Rogers, searching ball. Donkor gives it to Enra in the middle there. Herbert to Rosic. Rosic runs for 300 or 400 metres before taking a shot, but Rangelov manages to save. Gay, Gabara, Stuff. Yeah, gay stuff. I mean, look, I'm a child, but that's quite funny. Planinsek goes past his man, and Planinsek scores on his debut. That's what we want to see. 3-0 up after 15 minutes, and there has been some gay stuff seen. Planinsek, lovely stuff. Goalkeeper, nothing doing there. Didn't I say it was 3-0 up? I did. It was actually only 2-0 up. Stupid boy. Jonason to Planinsek. Planinsek goes past his man again. Puts the ball in the middle. Rosic shoots, but Aruna deflects the ball. Aruna the post. Odessa, don't get relegated because you have excellent names that I can chuckle at. Herbert now. Admiral Herbert. Shishkin. Artem Shishkin. keeping an eye on that Krivbas result. Donkor puts the ball in the middle. Musa Kurt, but Gabara, absolutely sensational clearance. In any normal stadium, that would have probably gone out for a goal kick. Here, of course, it barely makes the halfway line. Donkor puts the ball in the middle. Rosic, feeling merciful, lets the ball go back to their defence. But we still have the ball. Pleninsek takes the ball from Musa Kurt, and he slots home his second of the game. That is 2 goals for him and 3-0 to Lviv against Odessa. 2 debutants, 2 debut goals, or 3 debut goals. Excellent stuff. Krivbas still winning, shamefully. Admiral Herbert gives it to Panchenko. Sturf puts the ball up to Sturf is the funnier one because it's got the little Sturf, because he's got the little umlaut as well. So it's Sturf and Things. They need a player called Things. Oh goodness, Unison, Juric. They're playing havoc with this poor man over here. What's his name? Jovanovic. That's not funny. Pleninsek taken out by Arapovic, but Pleninsek has the ball again on Ra. Pleninsek gives it to Rosic. Rosic goes around his man, but Rangelov manages to make the save fairly simply. Gay to Sturf. Oh, come on, man. Pleninsek to Rosic. Rosic with the ball, he's just wandering around in the midfield, not really being challenged. Rosic has it again after a 1-2 with Herbert. Henra puts it to Jonasson. Jonasson hits the ball over the bar. A little bit more composure and we could have had a fourth. Oh, Krivbas have scored again. Bollocks to it. Rosic now running at 3 men. Gives it out to Donkor. Donkor gives it to Rogers. Rogers to Admiral Herbert. Henrad goes for a long-range effort, but unfortunately it was a fairly poor one. Goes wide. Shiskin to Panchenko. Kolic to Jovanovic. Jugurdic forces a good save from Paredes. Kolic puts it in, but Aruna heads Aruna the bar. Pleninsek, Arapovic. Oh, interesting little bit of head tennis in the middle there. Rosic has the ball. Rosic goes around his man. Pleninsek, it fell to him kindly. His shot came off the heels of the defender, and they managed to clear it away for a corner. The ball's gone back into Donkor, puts the ball in, but everyone else had vacated the box. Rogers, though, keeping it up. Rogers tackles Gay. Jugurdic. That's not a comment on how he tackles. It's a comment on who he tackled. Herbert now to Jonasson. Pleninsek is turning his man and keeps going. He's still got the ball. Can he put the ball in the middle and win himself another goal? No. Juric, Herbert. Henra slips through Rosic. Rosic scores on his 100th appearance for the club. That is 4-0, and it's not even half-time yet. Lovely stuff indeed. Our goal-scoring exploits are legendary. Arsenal Kiev, how are they doing today? They're drawing with Volin, so Volin could do them a hand. Oh, actually, Volin are also down there, so either of those two, that game really, one of those two really needs to win that. Musa Kurt heads clear. Jovanovic puts the ball out for Kolic. Kolic to Jovanovic. Musa Kurt manages to clear it, and Rosic is now onto it. Could this be 5 before half-time? Rosic now, could he put the ball in the middle? He does. It doesn't quite get there. Donkor hits it. Even though it went close to Pleninsek, it didn't quite get there. And Kiev have taken the lead. 40 goals in 20 games conceded for them. Pretty poor. But they are now taking themselves away from the relegation zone and putting Valin right down there in it. For once, there's an interesting relegation battle in this league. Rosic to Pleninsek. Can Pleninsek keep going? He can. Pleninsek, surely. Oh, hits the post. Could have been a hat-trick for him on his debut. We're playing at Olympic Donetsk next. They've only scored 15 goals all season, but somehow they've got loads of points. Rosic again scores. It's 5-0. Easy. Now we're going to take off Musa Kurt because he was a little injured in that last game. Give Godoy a chance to make his debut, and we will also... what will we also do? Carvaccio can come on for her. Oh, can he? Jonasson is looking pretty tired, so we'll take him off for Tuimasi. our perennial substitute over there. Henry gives it to Rosic, turns around his man with absolute ease and slots the ball home. Nicely done. Aruna for not good player. What have we got going on in the league at the moment? Shakhtar winning against Stal. That's not a surprise. Where are Shakhtar in the league? Donkor puts the ball in. Godoy at the back post nearly gets a goal on his debut. 3 debuts, 3 goals would be the icing on the cake. Would be absolutely amazing. Krivbas still winning. Dnipro have turned things around and are now beating Karpaty, which means that the league will change a little bit, I think, when it updates. Yeah, there we go. Donkor nearly forces an own goal from Kadyrov. He must have gone round Gay there very fast. Tuamasi puts the ball in the middle. Godoy again reaches it. Heads wide. His heading obviously not being the best that it could be. How are we doing? Krivbas still winning. Sorry, that's a shame. But it's okay. Donkor tackled by Gay, and in fact he fouls Gay. Kofi Donkor is going to get booked, I think, here. He does. So let's take him off for Pandagotu so he doesn't get sent off, and let's bring on Dimba for. Let's go there. Oh, we can't. Okay then. Well then. Pandagotu on he comes. Godoy also has been booked, having only just come on. That's nice. Booking on his debut. Tuamasi to Planinsek. Tuamasi has it again. Gives it back to Planinsek. Planinsek to Tuamasi. Tuamasi now. Oh, come on. That's a clear goal. Goes around and puts the ball in. That's a classic Wheatland goal. Pandagotu comes on. Henra out to Herbert. Herbert gives it to Juric. Juric, can he put the ball in? Tuamasi has it now. I thought Tuamasi might have been fouled there, but it doesn't look like he was. Admiral Herbert now has it. Gives it to Henra. Herbert to Henra. Tuamasi turns. Henra. Someone have a shot. Tuamasi does and hits it wide, unfortunately. Toure and Arafoy have scored against Dinamo, which is annoying. Come on, Dinamo. God, dear Lord. That was a terrible effort from Gabrava. I wasn't even watching, and I saw how bad it was. So, yeah, good one, lads. 66 minutes gone. We're only 5-0 up. We have scored 1 since the break. That's a bit of a shame. Rosic, though. Rosic. What the hell was that? There was a series of hits and clicks that I made of my own body because that was so frustrating. Like, why? How could you? Do not concede to these clowns. College to Barlin. Did they take Sturf off? Sturf, where are you, mate? Yeah, I think they took Sturf off. That's a shame. 79 minutes gone. We're clearly playing this on second or third gear at this point. Ivanovic tries to cross, doesn't manage to make it, and they have a corner. Krivbas are now 4-0 up. Bloody hell. A double in both halves has put them 4-0 up and on their way to another victory, which is a shame. But it's okay. Rosic. Oh, he was taken out by about 4 of them. Gay and Aruna. Aruna getting a yellow card. No getting Aruna that. I'm so good. And they have a last throw in. This is surely the last moment of the game. Gay puts the ball in. Nope. Arapovic to Kolic. Goncharov. Kolic has a shot right down the throat of Paredes, who takes the ball and throws it to Juric. This must be it now. Maybe we can have one last goal. Tuamasi advances into nothingness. Planinsek gives it back to Juric. Juric fouls. Oh, what a waste. Shishkin, big free kick. And it barely makes the goalkeeper, who again plays it out to Rogers. And we were brilliant. We were dominant in that first half. Was it 5-0? No, it was 5-0 in total. 4-0 at half time. We were excellent. We were really, really good. Planinsek did really well. Rosic, 2 goals and an assist. Should have had a hat-trick. Planinsek also should have had a hat-trick. Yeah, we did very, very well. So, despite the fact that Krivbas absolutely smashed Dinamo, we do not make up. Yeah, we did a good thing, but we didn't actually do anything that good, basically. So, yeah, Barnet have sacked their manager. Southampton have sacked their manager, probably for signing that moron from me. They're actually wanting to sign me, it seems. And that's that. Oh, no, don't process. Okay, well, okay. So, let's see what happens. If Freiburg have sacked their manager. Not interested, thank you. Anything good here? Attend this one. Good feeling. Superb win. Great start. Confidence high. Good thing. Yeah. Vital. Shows how effective. Simply faultless. God, that was quite a long and pointless discussion. Right. Odessa. So, yeah, we beat them. We are now still 7 points behind them. Who have Krivbas got yet to play? Squad fixtures. So they're looking at... Oh, mate, what? Okay, so they've got to play Odessa and Donetsk, who are terrible. Metalists, who are not much better at the moment. Then they've got us. They do have a run of tough games because Ilichevits are good. Shakhtar and Karpati could do us a favour, and Chornomorets are always fun. And so there's a chance. That's what I'm saying. Now then, we have Donetsk and then Moscow. We then have Krivbas, Karpati, Shakhtar, Ilichevits. So we have basically the same run-ins, just in slightly different orders. So yeah, anyway, our next video is going to be this one because that was only 3 days before those two games. So it should actually be not too terrible. Olympic Donetsk, then CSKA Moscow. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.